Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Erica and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you three very fun and easy meal ideas for your family. These ideas are actually inspired by a TV show that I saw over on Netflix. The show is called Nadiya's Time to Eat, and I believe her show debuted sometime around April of this year. You have to check her show out. She makes cooking so easy and fun, and it's just very motivating to see her in the kitchen. You definitely will want to recreate some of her dishes, and that is what I have done for you in today's video. The first dish that I'm going to try to recreate is her peanut butter jelly tray bake. This looked amazing. She pretty much made pancakes in a tray. This is something that I never would have thought of making, but here I am making it today. One thing about Nadiya is that she does not try to reinvent the wheel. Therefore, I am going to be using my buttermilk pancake mix. I just add water or milk. In this case, I added a little bit of buttermilk that I had left over and milk. I just eyeball everything and I mix it until it's smooth. Something that I always do is add vanilla and cinnamon to my pancake mix. This is extra and something you totally do not have to do. Instead of adding my mixture to a cake pan, I decided to make cupcakes out of it, and I thought this would be something fun for the kids to try for breakfast. And this is where the fun begins. I began dropping small spoonfuls of peanut butter into the center of my mix, followed by a spoonful of raspberry jelly, because that is a jelly that we like here in our home. You can definitely use any flavor of jelly that you like. And the last step was to swirl around the peanut butter and jelly, and I used a wood skewer to do that. This is what my cupcakes look like before I put them into the oven. I did put them into the oven at 350 degrees for 15 minutes, and I pulled them out, and this is what they were looking like. They look nothing like Nadiya's. Hers looked so much nicer, but I can tell you the taste was definitely there. They were amazing, and if you're someone that loves peanut butter and jelly, you definitely have to give these a try. I was really excited to try the next recipe. I mean, look at these, they look amazing. And the ingredients was something that really struck an eye with me. It was something that I had never worked with in this manner, and that was ricotta. This recipe called for a little over a cup of ricotta. It's at about 9 ounces. And then I poured in 2 tablespoons of sugar. You'll also want to drop in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a good mix, and then once this is mixed up, you're going to be dropping in your frozen fruit. Nadia used raspberries, but I didn't have raspberries. I had blueberries, and so blueberries is what I used for my recipe. I then added 2 tablespoons of flour and 1 egg. I'm going to be using these croissants that I picked up at Albertsons. They were perfect because they had the shape of the cupcake on the bottom, so it was easy for them to hold up in the pan. All I'm going to do is stuff them with this creamy goodness, and then I will put them in the oven for 15 minutes at 350 degrees, and that is it. This recipe is so simple, and I promise if you make it for your guests, they will think you spent hours in the kitchen making it. So this is what my croissants look like right before I put them into the oven. It takes only 15 minutes at 350 degrees for these to be ready. They are really, really good, and I highly recommend these. Everyone in the family will love them. There's something about a crispy croissant filled with ricotta that is just amazing. So I'm so glad that I recreated this. I guarantee you will love it. The last dish that I'm going to recreate is soup in a jar. I'm not going to be using a jar because this is something that we are going to be eating immediately after I prepare it. So I'm just going to use a large bowl and I am going to put all of my spices at the bottom of the bowl. This way I'm sure that my soup has the most flavor. I will be using an Asian pasta that is actually gluten-free, so that was a plus, and then pouring boiling hot water on top of it. I garnished it with cilantro for flavor, and that was the extent of my soup on this day. I was trying to mimic a ramen soup. My son was craving ramen soup, but I needed that soup without the gluten. I let the noodles cook down for a couple of minutes under that paper plate, and then I gave it a good mix. That way I could bring up all the flavors from my spices, and this soup was really good. I did add a couple of pieces of steak to their soup bowls, and they really loved it. This is something that I am going to be making time and time again. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If anything, I hope that it inspires you to go out and watch that TV show that inspired me to make these dishes. Once again, the name of the show is Nadiya's Time to Eat. You can find it on Netflix. You will get so many great and wonderful ideas from it. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.